What kind of got going for you guys there in the second half after maybe a little sluggish beginning for you?
Yeah, I think we had a really good opening drive and just a couple plays in those next drives that kind of shot ourselves in the foot. We had a missed blocks up front. I dropped a snap early in one of the drives. So I just kind of felt like everybody was kind of taking their turn of messing up early in the game, and all 11 guys got to play in unison for things to go the right way. So when one person messes something up, it can cost you, and that's why we stalled out in the first half and couldn't stay on the field, so we couldn't get the calls that we really liked going against them because we just didn't have any rhythm. But when we found that rhythm in the second half, got to the drawing boards, coaches making corrections and things with us players, and found our rhythm and never looked back. So we did a really good job on the ground today, again, like we did last week, just trying to build off that.
Now that the regular season's over, how would you rate 6-6 looking back at everything that happened?
Yeah, I think, we were 7-1 last year, and we won all the one-score games and just played bad football at the end of last year to finish out the season. But 6-6 this year, and out of our five of our six losses were one-score games, and the Tech game being our only not one-score game loss. We were in the 9-point game in the fourth quarter and had a chance to make it a one-score game through a 2-point conversion. But we just couldn't find ways to win those one-score games this year, and I think that's why our record is the way it is. I don't think we're a 6-6 team as far as coaching and talent level, but when you can't find ways to win games, that's just kind of what your record looks like. And I mean, I'm a big Chiefs fan, and I saw the statistic of before the Indianapolis Colts game, they hadn't won a one-score game all year, and last year they were undefeated in one-score games, and that's the difference between being a 15-2 team or being. I think maybe the Chiefs are back to 6-6 now. So just how football is sometimes, man, and got to be more mentally locked into the details so that we can win those games because we are capable of doing that.
How would you rate your ability to throw into a pretty stiff wind today?
Yeah, I mean, it was I feel like being from Kansas, I'm kind of used to it, and practicing during the week in the afternoon and stuff like that. Like, we practice all week. The winds pick up. Being in high school with just an empty field and nothing blocking it, the winds pick up. So something I'm kind of used to. When you're going into the wind, you have to drive the ball, and you can't play with as much touch, and you have to be a lot more accurate. And when the wind's to your back, if you still have to drive the ball, because if you float it, the wind can carry it. So missed on a couple throws today, but overall, I think we did a pretty good job in the pass game and keeping drives alive and on third down and things like that, and throwing the ball when we needed to. But we knew this was what type of game this was going to be when we saw the weather forecast.
What runs through your head at the end of the game as you come off the field and you guys win this game? What's going through your mind?
A whole bunch of emotions, just because it's the last time we're going to play on the field this year with that group of seniors and everything they've poured out into the program and to one another. And then just joy, man. Like, really these last 2 weeks, just so much joy for Joe Jackson, because I know the offensive line opens up holes for him. I know he doesn't do it by himself, but, man, like, just being in treatment with him this week, because I'm not usually in treatment, but was this week, and just seeing how many different injuries that dude battles through each week. And he comes to practice and games each day with a smile and works hard. And I think that's 2 games in a row with 3 touchdowns and one of the best, if not the best, running back performances this place has ever seen, and like college in general has ever seen last week. So like that's really a guy I'm so thankful to call my brother, and so thankful to be roommates with and just spend every day with, because he's so deserving of everything that he's gotten these past couple of weeks.
A follow-up to that is throughout the year, coaches talked about he's getting a little bit better. He was obviously behind another guy. He left. Did you maybe sense a feeling of urgency about him as he stepped up into that starting role?
Yeah, I think just earlier in the year, there were so many question marks around who's going to play, who's going to be healthy, what guys we were going to go with, and these packages, this, that, and the other. We had certain plays for certain guys, and it's hard to prepare that way. And I think Joe now being the guy, knowing he's the guy, and Coach Wells and the offensive line, or Coach Wells calling plays that Joe runs well, and the offensive line running plays that we know we block well. That's just a really good job of, those guys upstairs Monday through Thursday and Friday and things like that scheming, or Sunday through Thursday scheming. And credit to Joe Jackson for watching film and just going out there and running the ball hard, because he's ran his tail off the past couple of weeks.
Coach said you were a little banged up, not wanting to call as many run plays. Just kind of what have you been going through?
Dealing some with it's all just kind of minor, just dealing with stuff on my upper body and kind of my side again, but it'll all be away by the bowl game. Some things I'm just gonna have to heal with rest, but contact definitely wouldn't help it in any type of way. So was kind of in and out of practice this week, doing kind of what I could, but was trying to do everything I could to get back this Saturday to lay it out on the line for those guys, because just trying to just prove to them, how much I care about them and how much I care about this team, because I wasn't gonna let anything stop me from playing this Saturday.
How long's that been going on?
Just it happened during Utah.
Okay.
We talked to TP and Uso. They talked about how close you guys were as a group. Now that you are going to have a week off, how important for next year is that continuity factor? And it seems like that is.
We get next week off? Is that what you're telling me?
That's what was the rumor.
I hope so, man. I try to look back at our teamworks from last year to see, okay, did we get the next week off after our last game, or did they give us the week after, or whatever it was? So, you never know, because all my classes are all online. So, probably just spend some time. My brother just had a son, so I'm an uncle now. Probably trying to get up to Kansas City and spend some time with my nephew if I get some time off. I see these guys up here enough, but definitely when we get back, just cherishing moments in the locker room with guys like you said, TP and Oos and all those seniors. Just because I always mess around with TP and tell him that, man, he can't get out of here any faster, and I can't wait till January. But we both know I'm gonna miss him when he's gone, and just guys that I've been here for 3 years with, that you've grown comfortable, and things you kind of take for granted because you've just been around them for so long. But proud to call those guys my teammates, because they've definitely shaped me into the leader and the person I am right now.
You mentioned the bowl game. How significant? It's just one game difference between 6-6 and 5-7, but now you have another game. How significant is that?
It means everything, and we talk about it. Our coaches talk about it, because there's so much time that we can get extra practices in from now until the bowl game, and young guys get to develop. And there's so much development from me as a guy that's been here for 3 years and somebody that's only been here for 6 months that they can get in these extra practice periods. So we don't take any of those extra practices for granted, and we don't take another opportunity to go play the game that we love for granted. Whether we like it or not, 6-6 is a representation of the team we've been this year, and we're the only ones responsible for that. So we can frown all we want about being 6-6 or what bowl game we're going to, but that's all a reflection of what we put on tape this year. So I'm just excited that I get another opportunity to play the game I love.
You sound pretty committed to this place, and that's going to be a big question with you, of course, but just the love you have for this place, and just kind of what your thoughts on that.
Yeah, just being a Kansas kid and coming to K-State and playing for Coach Kleiman has been great up to this point. And like you said, there's going to be question marks and this, that, and the other. And obviously there's things that are going to be taken into account, but there's no doubt in my mind I want to play for Coach Kleiman, and this is the place I want to be. But just things I got to talk to my family about and pray about. But yeah, like you said, I'm committed to this place, and I love this place more than anything in the world. So definitely something I'm just gonna sit down with my family about tomorrow. But yeah.
All right, thanks, Avery. Cool. Thanks,
Avery.